Hey people, this is White Tiger again with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Dueling Network duel. And this time around I'm going to be using the main deck I'm playing with at the moment, which is, well, as you will probably see, it's my Tiger deck. And it's quite an interesting deck, and I will say, I know I said in my last video that I don't like the idea of using an extra deck. I also said that in order to win at the moment you really need to utilise it to stand a chance, although there are a few decks that can do without it. This deck, be warned, as you may have guessed by that XYZ Reborn in my hand, does use it a lot. So, although it's a bit hypocritical, I do use it. But anyway, onto the duel here. My opponent is using Chaos Dragons, which, if you play competitively at all, you'll know, oh, they are so very much fun. They can swarm the field with a lot of high attacking monsters, as you can see at the moment, very quickly. Red Eyes here, which is that one in the middle, can be summoned by banishing a dragon monster on your field from your hand to special summon it from your hand. And Dark Flare here is one of the main Chaos monsters. Chaos is a theme that basically it refers to monsters that are summoned by removing a light and a dark in your graveyard. Dark Flare is one because he has that ability. And there's another dragon, which you'll see later on, and there's also Chaos also refers to Bloodluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning, and Chaos Sorcerer. And there is another card that's banned called Chaos Emperor Dragon, but don't worry about that. But yeah, that's basically what Chaos is, and Dragons is obviously dragons. So he's going to attack me now after doing a load of crap that I didn't really go into, so sorry about that. And he's going to flip my Raikou there, which has the ability to destroy a monster, or destroy a card, but I destroyed his Red Eyes there, and mill 3 cards from my deck, which I just did there. So, although he used up lots of his cards to get those out, he's down to 3 cards now, so, yeah, it didn't turn out as well as he hoped, I don't think. So, I'm going to play my Pop Duality here, and these cards aren't too useful to me right now, but I decided to get Dark Hole because that's always a good card to have in your hand, even if you don't need it at the time. So I'm going to summon my Ape Fighter and play my Horn of the Phantom Beast, which is a very useful card in this deck. It increases a beast or beast warrior by 800 and gives it the ability of when it destroys a monster, I get to draw a card. So I can kill off his monster because it has 2700 attack and get to draw a card. But as you may have noticed, I forgot to draw a card in that instance, so that's my bad. But oh well, my loss. And my monster is now on 3000 attack by its own ability, because when it destroys a monster, it gains 300. So it's quite a good combo to have these going. Now, he seems to already be on the defensive now because he wasted all his resources on his first turn, which to me is a very bad mistake to make. But oh well, this is a Chaos Dragon deck, and they can come back very quickly, so don't assume that's the end of him already. So I'm going to attack him and do 3000, set my Raikou, and end my turn. So although I have very much the advantage here in terms of life points and card advantage, as I said, it's a Chaos Dragon deck, and they are very good at coming back from almost nothing. Having a Chaos monster in your hand, you don't need to have anything on the field to summon it as long as you have a light and dark in your grave. And oh, look at that, he does have 2 darks and 1 light. So I'm going to guess he does have one in his hand. The question is which one. Depending on what it is, depending on how much he can hurt me in turn. The one I will fear the most at the moment is Bloodluster Soldier, because it has a very powerful effect of either banishing a monster or attacking twice in a turn, and it has a very powerful 3000 attack. So he's just banished 2 monsters to summon a monster, and with his Raven's effect, he got to bring back his Red Eyes to his hand. And yes, look at that, he does have Blackluster Soldier, the only one that was a real threat to me at this point in time. So he's gonna remove my Ape Fighter, which is fine, and I leave my Horn there because I'm an idiot, and yeah, he tells me to get rid of it. So sorry about that. Ignore that. That's just me not paying attention. So. Oh, I'm not in the best position here. I can't bring my Flame Tiger. Now, I'll explain my deck a bit here. Flame Tiger is a card that when it's in the graveyard and you control no monsters, you can special summon it. And the idea is, with this deck, is to special summon that. Normal summon, so you get 2 monsters in 1 turn. And there's another card that I just set there that I'm leaving as fodder to get to the graveyard. Chain Dog, and when I have 2 beast monsters on the field, I can special summon it from the grave. So the theory is, if I have no monsters on the field, which he might wipe out in this turn, for example, by using Bloodluster's effect, I can special summon Flame, normal summon a monster, then summon Chain Dog, and have 3 monsters, and then I can start XYZ summoning away, and hopefully get some advantage. So he's going to attack my Chain Dog there. That's good, I want it in the graveyard. And now he's going to attack Vico, and I'm going to use his effect to get rid of Black Luster, which is always good. And milling. Vico is a very useful card in this deck because it's a beast monster. It has a very useful effect of destroying a card, and it helps mill my Flame Tigers and my Chain Dogs to the graveyard. So now he has nothing offensive now, and he's decided to end his turn, so he's only got 2 back rows now. So I'm going to start my combo up here. So I'm going to special summon my Flame Tiger, and I'm going to normal summon King Tiger Wangchu, or Wangchu, however it's pronounced, I'm not sure. And now I'm going to use my Chain Dogs effect. See, so I've got 3 monsters in 1 turn. That's pretty damn good. And I'm looking at my XYZs here. As you can see, they're all XYZs. I've got no synchros or fusions. This is a purely, well, 99% it's level 4s. I do have a couple of level 3s in here. That's why I've got those level 3s there. But it's mainly level 4s that I use, and I am still playing around with this, seeing which XYZs are most useful to me, and such. But at this point, none of them are actually that useful to me. I think my best chance now is to just go for pure beatdown. So I had a little think, and I decided to just attack. I'm fearful of Mirror Force, but then again, yeah, well, let's see. So he's taken 2 attacks there, so have I got the game? No, then he plays this card, A Hero Emerges. Now this is a lovely little tech here. I never expected to see, I haven't seen anyone play this card in a long time. And it lets me choose a card in his hand at random, and he can special summon it if it's a monster. And guess what? I hit his red eyes. It would figure, but luckily for him, that saves his life. So in my main phase 2, I have to get rid of this red eyes because it is powerful and it's going to hurt. So I'm going to overlay 3 monsters to special summon my Evil Warm, whatever the heck that says. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. And it has 3 different effects. Each one I can use once while it's on the field by detaching a card. I'm going to use the first effect to return a card on the field to the owner's hand and get rid of that red eyes. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And now he's got 4 cards in his hand and 1 face down, so I'm in a better position than he is ideally, although he technically has a +1 on me. And he's going to play this card, which lets him get a Light Sworn and mill 3 cards. And I said earlier that he has got some weird cards in here, and one of those is Polymerization. So this he's a bit weird. I don't know. I mean, he's got like all the broken, powerful Chaos Dragon, and it's got every single card you'd expect to see in a overpowered Chaos deck. But he's got some very random text. I mean, a Hero Emerges, Polymerization, and I don't know. But, you know, they work for him. Yeah, there you go. So anyway, he's going to bring his Lila, sorry. And that's not too much of a threat. He could use it to get rid of my face down XYZ Reborn, which is a backup for my Evil Warn here, which isn't too big of a deal if he does that alone. But by the looks of it, he's got something else in mind, which isn't too good, or isn't too good for me when it comes to Chaos Dragons, because they can always do something funky. So nope, he's going to remove it from his hand along with a dark monster and special summon, which one is it? Oh yeah, his I forgot what this one's called. Light Pulsar Dragon. Because this one has 2 abilities. It can be special summon from the hand like a chaos monster by removing a light and dark from the grave, or it can be special summon from the grave to be by removing a light and a dark from your hand, which makes it a very, very versatile card. With a 2500 attack, it's quite a pain. Now he is going to special summon another chaos monster, which is his Dark Flare, and because he removed his Eclipse, which with its own effect, when it's sent to the grave, you can send a level 8 to the banished, and he did that to his red eyes previously. And because when it's sent from the grave to the banished after its user's effect, you can get that the card you banished it with its effect to your hand. He's got red eyes in his hand now. Sorry, that didn't really make sense, but well, whatever. And red eyes is annoying because it can overpower my monster here, and he's going to bring that out in a minute. If he, well, I'm assuming he will, because I don't know why he wouldn't. But first of all, he's going to play his Dark Flare's effect, which is discard a dragon from your hand and a dragon from your deck to the grave to banish a card in either graveyard. So he's going to banish randomly my Flame Dog. I don't know why. I mean, yeah, I suppose he just did one at complete random. He would have been better doing a Flame Tiger or something, because if he'd been paying attention, that's like the main engine of this deck. But you know, hey ho, whatever. I don't think it made a difference in the end anyway, and I think he just wanted to mill those cards to the graveyard mainly, rather than actually banish a card. So now he's got one face down, 2 monsters on the field, and his red eyes in his hand. So I've got a good idea of what he's got. The only thing I'm unsure of is whatever that face down is. And even though he's going to kill my monster and attack me for... Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. He's because of his red eyes effect, he can special summon another dragon from the grave. So he's going to kill this for 50 damage, and then he's going to attack for 5,000 damage. Now I could play my face down XYZ Reborn to bring back my Evil Swarm straight away, but and it would be too powerful to let his light pulses get through. But I don't want to, because I want to play this Dark Hole. Now he should have known I had this, because I used my Pot of Duality a lot earlier in the duel, but if he's like me, he would probably completely forgot. So luckily he didn't remember that, and his face down wasn't a card that could negate it. Because if that was a Solemn Judgment or something, he probably would have won this. But now I've basically got the game, except his Light Pulse the Dragon has the effect to bring back a monster, a dragon monster. Now I wasn't sure if this worked because his red eyes and his Light Pulses were sent to the grave at the same time. I wasn't sure if he could use Light Pulse's effect to target it. But I guess it works. It's one of those rulings that don't really make sense, but they do make sense. It's just really confusing. So I wasn't sure, and I'm still not sure. I still need to check that up. If you know the ruling for that, please let me know. But I'm going to play my XYZ Reborn, bring back my Evil Swarm, and because it's been to the grave and back since, I can reuse the first effect, return his red eyes, and attack him. But luckily for him, his face down is a card that can stop me from winning this turn. And he plays Dimensional Prison, but all he's got in his hand is his red eyes, and depending on what he draws now, which seems to be nothing of use, I get to go to my next turn and just flip my set Chain Dog and attack him directly, and unless he's got something funny, that's the game.